Hey guys, I'm the Coaster Keat, and welcome back to Aviary Attorney. Last time we got hit on the head and sent down a river, while our good old companion managed to poison himself on a chocolate wrapper. This time, who freaking knows what's gonna happen, because this has just been so many twists and turns. And currently, we are going ahead and cross-examining the King of, I believe, France right now, and what he saw concerning the murder. So, he said, "We entered through the Louvre's south entrance around 9 o'clock. We passed through the Salle de Tourber with little fanfare. In the Grand Gallery, I unveiled the new painting and gave a short speech. That's when I was approached by a man claiming to be the Prince of Spain." Well, let's clarify that Prince of Spain first. "Your Majesty, you say that you were presented with a rose by the Prince of Spain." "Indeed! He formally introduced himself. I knew he was telling the truth because he called me Senor." "Your Majesty, prosecutor, members of the court, brace yourselves because I have a revolution that will turn this trial on its head. Juan Guaido is not the Prince of Spain." "That's not a revolution, Falcon." "It isn't?" "Of course not! We all know that the current ruler is Queen Regent Isabella II, and that she has no children. The Guaidos are obviously pretenders to the throne. Prince Juan's title is probably self-appointed." "But his name isn't even Juan Guaido. I don't even think the fox is Spanish." "So what?" So what? That's important. JJ, what's important is that this man is accused of committing murder and of conspiring to kill the king. That's what is in dispute here. The man's name is irrelevant. He could be named Juan Guaido or Bob Strudi for all I care. It doesn't change the events that transpired on the morning of January 6th. I suppose that's true. Let's go ahead and ask the other question, then. "I find it curious that Major Howe snatched the rose before you could take it. Why did he do that?" "The Major has always been a protective fellow. I think he was just doing his diligence as a royal guard. And given how he took the figurative bullet for me, I would say that he did his job well." "Well, I can't argue with that. No, I don't have any more questions about Prince Juan." Alright, let's see. Let's go ahead and ask about the gallery again. "Now, Your Majesty, I would like to ask about your activities in the Grand Gallery. Please proceed." We could just hear his inspiring speech right now. Let's see, did you see anyone suspicious? "Why, Monsieur, the Grand Gallery is always inhabited by artists. Everyone there is out of the ordinary. Nonetheless, can you think of anyone who stood out?" "Is this question going somewhere, JJ? Or are you blindly stabbing in the dark?" "I'm stabbing that darkness." That's a valid question. It's a perfectly fine question. Please answer, Your Majesty. Who did you see?" "Well, I don't know. I saw dozens of paintbrush-wielding, mustache-touting weirdos." "Be specific, Your Majesty." I saw photographers and sculptors and sketchers and hipsters and just what do you want me to say, Monsieur? Look what you've done, JJ. You've stressed the poor king out. Badgering the king? Tut tut. Absolutely disgusting behavior. I wanted to ask if he saw... Guess I don't get to ask if we saw the swan. "Could you give us a rendition of your speech?" "What? Right now? Without my cue cards?" "I'll give it a shot, I suppose." Madams and Messieurs, welcome to the grand unveiling of my beautiful portrait. I don't claim to be the greatest king penguin to have ever reigned over France, nor the handsomest, nor the most competent. Some may argue that I'm not even top 10 material. But I am a humble king penguin. Some consider me to be the humblest king penguin of all time. Your Honor, I object. The speech is a travesty. Sustained. No, I don't have any more questions about the Grand Gallery. Let's talk about the south entrance. Your Majesty, you say that you entered the Louvre from the south entrance. Indeed. We approached from the Hotel de Ville, so it was an easy riverside stroll. Do you see anyone suspicious question keeps coming up, so let's just say, are you sure? Are you sure that you entered the Louvre's south entrance? Oh, mon Dieu, Falcon! Are you seriously still tugging at that thread? The king himself just testified, under oath no less, that he entered through the south entrance. You can't possibly have any reason to call this fact into question. I don't have a reason right now. Let's just see what the options are for this. We stopped briefly to look at the paintings and then moved on to the Grand Gallery. There are several rooms between the Louvre's south entrance and the Grand Gallery, but you've only mentioned the Salle de Tir by name. Why is that? Oh, the Salle de Tir was the only room we looked around in detail. The other rooms we simply passed straight through. Why did you stop in that room specifically? Well, see, there was this giant doorstep that caught my eye and sparked a debate. Say no more, Your Majesty. Could you elaborate? What did you see in the Salle de Tir? What did I see? Well, Roman stuff, mostly. I meant aside from the Roman artifacts. For example, did you talk to someone in the room who wasn't a member of your entourage? You're reaching, JJ. The king already testified that he passed through without encountering anything of interest. I have reason to believe that this was a key moment on the day of the murder. I want the king to elaborate on exactly what and who he saw. Then I suppose that you will have to proceed, Your Majesty. All right. Let me think. So there was that giant doorstop, and there was that copper urn thing. Oh, and there was something else now that you ask. I was offered a box of chocolates by some pleasant mademoiselle. There it is. Okay, good. Because I was very concerned that we were just pulling at strings for a second. But I knew that if we kept pursuing the area that we knew the chocolate was in, we could get something. I don't have much of a sweet tooth, but Major Hal was keen to accept a chocolate or two on my behalf. What? Did I say something startling, Prosecutor? No. Please continue, Your Majesty. I think the prosecution is startled because he came to the realization that I was not spouting drivel in the previous trial session. Well, that's debatable. To cut a long story short, Your Majesty, this mademoiselle may hold some relevance to the case at hand. Could you describe her? Really? She's relevant? Well, let me think. I didn't get a good look at her face, but she was a sorry-looking swan, probably in her late teens or early 20s. A young, sorry-looking swan, you say? I don't suppose her name was... Scene. Mademoiselle Scene? Scene. That sounds familiar. Yes, I think that was it. She was called Mademoiselle Scene. I see. This is undoubtedly significant. Mademoiselle Scene gave chocolates to Major Hal minutes before he died. No, just 1 minute. I see what you are alluding to, JJ. You're suggesting that the gifted chocolates killed the mayor. But that line of reasoning holds no weight because the evidence is circumstantial. Circumstantial, my tail feathers. The king just testified that Major Hal ate chocolates. Yes, that much is no longer in dispute, but you still have not proved that the chocolates were poisoned. Without that, we must assume that the swan was merely offering a gift, rather than speculating that she is a murderer. Yes! Shame on you, defense. Implicating a poor innocent girl like that. Absolutely disgusting. Why, I oughta end this trial. Hold on. I do have evidence that the chocolate was, in fact, poisoned. I don't believe you, JJ. If you had a piece of evidence that significant, you would have slammed it down already. Present it. Well, I can't. It's not really the evidence folder type of evidence. Why am I not surprised? The drama was just getting good. Why did you all suddenly go quiet? Well, Your Majesty, it appears that the defense just had a realization of his own. That is, that he lacks the evidence to support his theory. Since he cannot continue with his argument, I believe this cross-examination has come to an end. I'm not done yet. Let me present my evidence. See, I had the chocolate wrapper back in my office, and Sparrowson ate it. Stop, JJ. Stop while you still have a little dignity. The results of whatever crackpot pseudoscientific experiment you performed do not constitute valid evidence. I think this trial is over, Your Honor. About bloody time. You may take your leave, Your Majesty. Very well. I am pleased that justice has been thoroughly served. Until the next assassination attempt, adieu, messieurs. I will now deliberate with the jury. Objection! Oh, Sparrowson, hey. Sorry, what the heck is his accent? Sorry, I've always wanted to do that. Sparrowson, are you okay? Yep, the doctor said I have an iron stomach. Most of the poison passed straight through me. Speaking of which, I would like to testify on that poison chocolate issue. I even got a doctor's note, see? It's too late. The trial is over. You can't be serious, Your Honor. The contents of that note could turn this entire trial on its head. You must allow it. Why are you constantly arguing with me? I thought the job of a public prosecutor was to assist the judges. I told you, Your Honor, my job isn't to get a guilty verdict. It is to ensure that justice is served. I swear you are the worst prosecutor in all of France. Go ahead, Sparrowson. Read the contents of the note for the court to hear. Ahem! This patient, Sparrowson, was submitted to the Salpêtrière Hospital, where he displayed a variety of symptoms. These included profuse sweating, a rapid fever, and severe nausea. The patient was diagnosed with poisoning, probably originating from the plant known as aconite, aka monkshod, aka wolfsbane. When we questioned the patient, he admitted to having consumed a discarded chocolate wrapper, potentially carrying the poison. Examining the contents of the patient's stomach confirmed this to be true. As a mental health professional, I believe this patient to be clinically... We can skip that bit. Oh, yada yada. Okay, here we go. Signed, Dr. Falbert. Thank you, Sparrowson. I don't even think I'll need to question you. Between your note and the king's testimony, every angle of the chocolate wrapper business has been covered. Awesome! Wait, did you just say the king is here? You can get his autograph later. Right. So, what happens now? Do I get cross-examined by the prosecution or something? To be honest, I see little to cross-examine. Do your damn job, prosecutor. Cross-examine that little annoying liar of a bird. Tear his testimony to shreds. Your Honor, he has a note signed by a medical professional definitively proving that the chocolate wrapper from the crime scene was poisoned. We could nitpick the details or delve into the doctor's credentials, but I fear it would be a waste of the court's time. Nobody wants that. So then, what the hell do we do now? We do nothing, Your Honor. The poisoned wrapper has been introduced an element of doubt into this case. The prosecution must accept that. But is that level of doubt reasonable? Is it significant? I think the members of the jury will agree. JJ's evidence is still tenuous. Tenuous? A step above circumstantial. You have proven a link, a not wholly illogical link, but you haven't proved beyond doubt that Major Howell was killed by the chocolate. You are still making far too many assumptions. Where is the empiricalism that is required by any good court of law? Where are the witnesses who can back up your claims? Oh, I brought along a witness. Maybe she can help. Ah, of all people. Welcome to the courtroom, Mademoiselle Sign. Hello. You... Sparrowson, it's great to see you on your feet, and you have been an enormous asset to this case, but what are you trying to pull off now? Surprise witness! Surprise witness? Yeah, I remember you mentioning that Cocorico liked calling surprise witnesses, so I thought I would beat him at his own game. I brought the flower girl, Mademoiselle Sign, so she could testify about Prince Juan's character. You're putting me in a difficult position, Sparrowson. Just moments before you arrived, we, the court, established that Mademoiselle Sign is a possible suspect for this case. What? That can't be right. Sparrowson, it's okay. Monsieur Falcon, I would like to testify. You want to testify? Do you understand what you are agreeing to? I do. I have accepted my fate. Prosecutor, do you have any objections to me calling upon Madame Sign as a witness? No, none. Bearing in mind, of course, that you are here to defend Prince Juan, not to convict Mademoiselle Sign. Prosecuting is my job. Of course. I have no objections either. Please proceed, witness. Speak the oath. The oath. Say that you swear to speak without hatred and without fear, to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth. I swear, Your Honor. I swear to speak without hatred and without fear, to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth. Good. Very good. Please state your name and occupation for the court record. My name is Catherine Marie Sign, and I am a flower seller. Mademoiselle Sign, tell the courtroom of your activities on the morning of the 7th of January. Very well. I saw the king and his entourage enter the Louvre around 9 o'clock. I followed. When they came to a stop in the Salle de Tib, I stepped forward and offered the king a chocolate. He refused, but a guard, a big dog by the name of Major Howell, was happy to oblige. The guard died because I, personally, had previously added poison to the chocolates. No! That can't be right! I used poison derived from monkshot, a notoriously dangerous plant. As a flower seller, it was simple to acquire. Why did you do it, mademoiselle? Why? Monsieur, people have tried to kill the king before, and people will try again. He is a vile man who has no respect or love for the people who suffer under him. I did it to better the French people. I don't believe that at all. Falcon, say something. Mademoiselle, are you being coerced or threatened? Speak freely. No, monsieur. I'm confessing out of my own volition. It is my guilt and nobody else's. Well, defense, it looks like you wormed a confession out of this murderous beaut. I suppose that gets your client, Prince Juan, completely off the hook. Lucky you. So, shall we wrap this court session up? No. Not yet. I have further questions for the witness, Your Honor. Further questions? To what end? You've already proved your client's innocence. I wish to uncover the truth. You aren't here to uncover the truth. You're here to defend Prince Juan, and you've done that with a disgusting level of diligence. Nonetheless, I believe that Mademoiselle has omitted something of huge importance. I wish to question her further. Something of huge importance? I won't allow it. Fine. Can I at least show something to the witness? You and the prosecutor are a right pair of moralizing blowhards, aren't you? You are doing my head in. Fine. If it will shut you up, I will let you show one magical mystery item to the witness. I can't imagine you'll have anything up your sleeve to change the flow of this trial, though. Monsieur Falcon, save it. I have nothing more to say. Does it ring any bells, mademoiselle? This fine, very fancy pen that we found washed beside us? No. This doesn't mean anything to me, I'm afraid. Useless. I knew there was nothing up your sleeve. Well, I know I must have something. Mademoiselle, take a look at this. Really, if it's not that, then what is it? I'm not sure I have it, then. Not unless... Oh, the business card, maybe. Gosh darn it. I don't know if I have the item. Oh wait, was it that when we went to the chocolate store, they said that she was never there? Maybe it's that. Let's try that. Nope. I don't think we have anything. We might be a bit stuck here. Yeah. You've clearly proven that your client is innocent by tracking down the real murderer. Your job is done. But Your Honor, I'm afraid the judge is right here, JJ. It's obvious that you want to exonerate this mademoiselle, and that's admirable. But it's also obvious you don't have the evidence to support your claims right here and now. Let this go. The mademoiselle can defend herself in her own trial. So, we're in agreement, prosecutor? We're ready to wrap this up? We are. I have no further questions for the defense or for Mademoiselle Sarn. Then I shall now converse with the jury to decide Prince Juan's verdict, although I don't suspect it'll take too long. Don't worry, mademoiselle. We'll get you out of this. Won't we, Falcon? Sparrowson, you are clearly a caring individual, but this outcome is for the best. How the hell is this for the best? My parents are safe. That's all I wanted. Your parents? But what about you? Well, that deliberation was straightforward. We find the defendant, Prince Juan Quierdo, to be cleared of all charges. We therefore find the defendant not guilty. Feels hollow. Your Honor, what will happen to me? You? Well, you haven't been formally tried yet. Unfortunately for you, we have a free trial slot this afternoon. We should be able to determine your guilt by nightfall. You may even see the blade of a guillotine by tomorrow. How lucky. I see. You look scared, mademoiselle. Don't fret. They sharpen the guillotine blades regularly. Nobody here likes gallows humor? Whatever. Court is adjourned. I think this is goodbye. Thank you, Monsieur Falcon, Monsieur Sparrowson. You did your best. It can't end like this. This isn't how I wanted things to go, Senor Falcon. No, me neither. We mustn't blame ourselves. You made an admirable effort to save everyone. What good is effort if these are the results I produce? Tell me, Senor Falcon, do you know why I hired you as my defense lawyer? I really don't. I hired you because I thought you were a lawyer with a philosophy, an ideal. And I stand by that. You are a man with a strong ideal. It's just unrefined, like an unpolished gemstone. I'm sure that, given enough time, your ideal will become refined, and that you will come to live up to a reputable family name. The Falcon name is reputable? I didn't know that. He's not talking about... Never mind. In any case, here's your payment. I don't deserve this. Keep it. I dragged you into this. It's only fair that I compensate you for the time. I think this is the last you will see of Prince Juan. But feel free to come by R&M Associates if you need any help in the future, Senor Falcon. Impressive, JJ. You actually managed to successfully defend your client. Severin, are you going to be in charge of prosecuting Mademoiselle Sarn? Probably. Why? Do you think you can get her a reduced sentence? For attempting to murder the king? I empathize with the Mademoiselle JJ, but I am not a miracle worker. No lawyer can save the flower girl now. I'm gonna go get a drink. Yeah, me too. And that's where we're gonna leave this episode. So, we have yet again convicted someone who may or may not have actually gone through with the deeds that they have been said to have gone through with. And in this position, I don't know where we're gonna go from here. First, we convicted someone that just straight up wasn't a murderer, let the murderer go free, and now we seem to have done it again. This game certainly is taking a lot darker turns than Ace Attorney ever really did, which is kind of shocking, to be honest, considering all the main characters are birds with ridiculous accents that I gave them, and, you know, an assortment of other animals as well. But, it's been interesting, and it is only going to get more interesting, I feel, as all of the pieces start finally falling into place. So, if you want to see that, go ahead and subscribe, and we're going to have a new episode of this every week until we finish it, whether it be on Friday when it's supposed to be, or on Saturday when I make up for the things that I miss, there will be a new episode. So, and if you like these kinds of videos, go ahead and like them so I know to keep making them. But anyways, thank you all so much for watching, and I hope that you all soar high and enjoy your ride of life. Bye!